So is Joe Burrow more likely, the question is, to become a one-hit wonder? Or are the Bengals going to start the next dynasty in the NFL? And by dynasty, I think to have a dynasty, you need to win at least 2 Super Bowls, right? And you got to make the playoffs basically every year. And you got to make playoff runs, I think. And by a run, meaning more than one Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
Sorry, more than one playoff win in multiple seasons surrounding those Super Bowls. Would that be a fair description of an NFL dynasty?
Well, dynasties in general, though, you need to win multiple Super Bowls in a certain amount of years, right?
Right.
Within that same core group, for the most part, whether it's the coaches and players. And the question is Cincinnati Bengals getting ready to be a dynasty-type team?
Yeah.
If they win the Super Bowl, then they start to put themselves in that position. That's why it's important to win the Super Bowl. If they lose the Super Bowl, you just don't know, because what will be the lingering effects long term? You mentioned Dan Marino. Dan Marino, as a kid, I thought, ooh, isotoner gloves, look at the hair. Oh, this dude's gonna be fire. Now, he was fire as a player, but he never got back to the Super Bowl to try to win it again. And that must eat him alive to this day. He may never admit it, but imagine, just like I talk about the owners, in that room down in West Palm Beach doing the owners' meetings and having a conversation about what it felt like to win a Super Bowl, and other owners can't even have that conversation because they don't know what it feels like. And so that may be Dan Marino. So it's important when people say, well, what's on the line for the Cincinnati Bengals? Everything is on the line. Man, they're not playing with house money. They got the same stress as the Los Angeles Rams right now to win the Super Bowl.
Are the Bengals more likely to be a dynasty or a one-hit wonder?
Because there's in between, but what's more likely between those two options?
The only dynasty right now in the NFL are the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, I don't – the AFC is so loaded. I can't tell you that, honestly, about Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think so many things has to do with what they do with their offensive line, what other teams in this conference do. We act like Lamar Jackson is just like he's forgotten about, or Josh Allen and how talented he is, or Patrick Mahomes, or the names go on in this conference. Will Joe Burrow and his team be in the conversation? Yeah, I can sit up here honestly and say they should be in the conversation for potentially being able to have something like that. That's so damn hard to do. I don't want to do a disservice to Joe Burrow by saying, yeah, they're more likely to be a dynasty. That just sets him up for failure.
Let me tell you why I think we're asking this question.
You know what I mean, Key?
Let me tell you why I think we're asking this question. Because when Tom Brady got by Patrick Mahomes twice in the AFC Championship game and then again in the Super Bowl, he's an old guy who has since retired, right? But Mahomes was the rising power. He went to hosted four straight AFC championships, went to 2 Super Bowls, and won a Super Bowl.
Dynasty, okay.
Joe Burrow's the first young cat. Josh Allen, barely, Mahomes got by him, right? Joe Burrow's the first young cat from this generation of quarterbacks to get by Mahomes into the Super Bowl. And because he's on a young and very talented team, we're now saying, oh, wait a minute. Has the Chiefs, like somewhere, when we say dynasty, Key, the Bills went to 4 straight, but they didn't win any. The Eagles went to 4 straight NFC Championship games, but didn't win any Super Bowls, only got to 1 Super Bowl. So there's a spectrum. The Seahawks made a bunch of runs, went to 2, won 1, right? The Chiefs seem to be more solid because they hosted 4 straight, they went to 2, they won 1, and there was a sense, I think we all had, they're going to be in the Super Bowl again this year, probably win it. It's going to be 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. But Joe Burrow upset the apple cart, Key. He came and said, oh, no, wait a minute, it's my turn. So I think we're asking, is it we're about to go into the Joe Burrow. Is he taking it over from Patrick Mahomes in the AFC?
Well, I don't think he's taking it over from Patrick Mahomes, and Kansas City's not a dynasty. Kansas City's a team that's gone to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. They got a whole lot of work to do before they can be deemed a dynasty in my world. Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl. They are now on pace to creating something special, which could lead to a dynasty. But remember, they've got to complete the deal, meaning that they've got to get a couple Super Bowls in a short period of time with this core group and consistently make the playoffs, consistently be in the AFC Championship game. You can't win the Super Bowl, then go wild card, win the division, AFC Championship game, lose. The following year, go to the Super Bowl, and then be like, "Oh, well, we're a dynasty."
Right.
No,
you need
no,
two
that's
Super
not
Bowl
gonna work.
championships.
So, Key, you're
and-
saying Kansas City needs another Super Bowl championship before you will label them as a dynasty?
with
Pretty
this
much.
core
With this core group, yes. With this core group. I'm down with that. So then let's say this. Let's retract that statement about they're the only dynasty. They're the only team that has the actual makings of a dynasty right now.
The Bengals?
No. I'm
Chiefs.
talking about the
Kansas
Chiefs.
City.
Well, the Chiefs are almost – that's the thing. The Chiefs – I know it's hard to win a Super Bowl.
See, the way you just said it, Jay, the making of.
The making of a dynasty.
I think Cincinnati has the making of
Right.
a dynasty, but they got to win this one. They got to
Yes,
win
that makes
this
a
one.
Super Bowl
yeah.
champion. The difference between making it there, like one single Super Bowl championship, is already kind of the nucleus of a dynasty, right? Like you've already accomplished almost like half of what you need to. Losing the Super Bowl, it's not the same. Like Donovan, no one looks at the Eagles team, which was a dominant team in the NFC East. 4 straight conference championship games, plus they went to a Super Bowl. No one even thinks of that as a dynasty. But had they won a Super Bowl, or had the Bills won one of those, they would be in a conversation. Not quite, but almost.
But the Bills,
right?
the difference between the Bills, Max, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, they went to 4 straight. Yeah.
They went to 4 straight Super Bowls.
Of course.
So it gets pushed into the dynasty category because 4 straight Super Bowls
and came within a kick of winning, and
that's unheard. Like that's crazy. 4 straight Super Bowls.
It's also though like for me, like when I think about dynasty, I think about like regular season dominance too, and championships, and getting there in AFC champ. It's still like Cincinnati's 10-7 right now.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.